I'd like to ask you, the reason, again, that you did not indict Donald Trump is because of OLC opinion stating that you cannot indict a sitting president, correct?
That is correct. I want to add one correction to my testimony this morning. As we say in the report, and as I said at the opening, we did not reach a determination as to whether the president committed a crime.
Oh, Robert Mueller grilled by lawmakers on Capitol Hill, but that interrogation was met with some apparent hesitation, some people said, other people also saying confusion. So what do we do with all the questions left unanswered? Here to discuss the testimony's top takeaways is criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor David Bruno. Great to have you with us. Long day yesterday.
Yes.
Let's begin with that specific incident right there where Robert Mueller had to come back and, issue basically a correction as to what he had said earlier.
Sure. There's a lot of criticism on this point exactly because he didn't come to a decision. And it's not the prosecutor's job to exonerate. Here it was either to prosecute or decline prosecution, and he did neither.
So basically, he needed to issue that correction?
He should have, absolutely. But you cannot have this conversation without talking about AG Barr and Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein, because when he waived on the decision, they stepped up to the big boy table and they made the decision. They said there was not sufficient evidence to prosecute, and the door is slammed on that right now because of AG Barr and Rosenstein.
Not exactly what Democrats were hoping for.
No, absolutely. I mean, nothing new, okay? But what the Democrats thought was that Mueller was going to breathe life to the story.
Right.
He did the opposite. I mean, the book is better than the movie in this situation.
Yeah.
And he was a huge disappointment, and it's interesting to see how it's being spun today by Democrats as if it were a good thing.
Right. Overall, what was your biggest takeaway in terms of Bob Mueller's presentation? Let's begin there.
I was surprised. He's been in front of Congress so many times, and he's been
89. This was his 89th
so
time
sharp
doing
and so
this.
crisp, and he is a credible source. Right? Yesterday, I don't know what happened. I have some questions as well. Why?
Right.
Was it intentional? Was it medical? Or was this just
Or had he not written the report himself? Because he did appear to just not know what was in the report at times.
Yeah, but I think it was more than that. It wasn't just not knowing. I mean, it was the manner in which he asked questions. He couldn't hear at times.
Right.
He needed clarification.
And
he was
wouldn't
searching
read.
for words.
He wouldn't read from the report.
I could see that. He probably didn't want to make himself a soundbite.
Okay, all right.
He didn't want to be the one to say, yes, this is it, right?
Right.
So and I'm surprised that the representatives didn't step up and demand it. Hey, you're the witness. This is the question I'm asking it. I want it from you.
Republicans did try to demand this. They pressed Mueller on the Steele dossier, Fusion GPS, but Mueller argued that he can't discuss that or the origins of the investigation into the Trump campaign, despite, once again, it being in his report. He appeared to not even know what Fusion GPS was. Listen to this.
You referenced, quote, the firm that produced the Steele reporting, unquote. The name of that firm was Fusion GPS. Is that correct?
And you're on page 103?
103, that's correct.
I'm not familiar with that.
Let me just help. It's not a trick question. I mean, it was Fusion GPS.
Yeah. So this is a touchy subject for yesterday because we have an internal investigation going on about the FISA abuse, Fusion GPS, or all of the players here. So while it was in the report, I think that he could not answer the questions because of the IG investigation. And there's also Connecticut United States Attorney Durham that's taking a look at the origin.
Right.
Hey, all this is coming down the pipe. And that was a good indication that it is. It's being looked at. And I know there are a lot of questions today about Fusion, about the origin, about the dossier. Those are coming. They are.
Soon?
I hope so.
Yeah,
we've been told this for a while now.
Maybe.
It's coming down the pipe, and that's why he couldn't talk about that yesterday.
But he didn't say that. Didn't make that clear.
He said in the beginning as to why he couldn't do certain things.
Right. That's true.
And we didn't get a lot of clear answers from Mueller yesterday on anything, really.
Much more to come on all of this. Dave, thank you so much for joining us. Pleasure. Appreciate it, as always.